You make your day way worse.
I know for sure they would have had
that,
me
man.
because I'd have been like, look at him. You supposed to be motherfucking Coretta Scott King. This man didn't curse. He didn't say shit in that motherfucking recording that was sound bothered. I said, damn, this is a really calm guy. Because if that had been me, I done said bitch word about 10 times.
You can't do that, real.
I mean, we up to 4 now, so
I'm just saying, you know, because it's like, goddamn, like with the way being drunk and moving in a certain manner, shorty, you gotta get it together.
And that was his house. Like you can't be walking up in a man with that status. You can't be walking in this crib with strangers drunk. That's
how you carry yourself as a woman is a reflection of me.
That's it for today. As far as Nate the lawyer, I appreciate you, brother, for such a very informative breakdown of what he was convicted of. If you want to watch the rest of this video, it's really easy to find, and he's going to give you like a detailed breakdown of ABC Newsline's breakdown of the case and how they kind of got it wrong and how he corrected them. Chicago Black Delegation Podcast, you're on the air. What you got for us?
I call bullshit. I listened to the whole thing. I call bullshit. I call bullshit on that. The motherfuckers on bullshit.
All right, brother. Thanks for letting us know, back there. Yo, bullshit, man.
You're gonna have to start getting like some.
Amazing.
All right. So y'all kind of aware, y'all know who Jonathan Majors is, and y'all kind of heard what kind of happened. Any like initial thoughts about like y'all idea, like you know what I mean? What y'all kind of thought of how it kind of went? Do y'all think it was fair judgment? Do y'all think did he get let off a little easy? Was it just right? You feel me? What you think, Jay?
I'm not sure what the conviction was.
He was so basically there was 4 charges, right? He's gonna talk about it, but we was out for right now. We'll just say he was convicted of he was convicted of reckless assault in the 3rd degree. So.
And this is after they showed the video of him
after the video, after the testimony from the what's that guy named, the witness, you know, the taxi driver or whatever, the Uber driver, whoever that was, the text messages and stuff like that, everything, the phone conversation, all that stuff was presented in court, and they decided that Jonathan Majors hurt this woman on accident, because that's what all this stuff means, right? And it was done unintentionally, right?
Man, we just for any reason to just put a
Chicago
case
Black
on.
Delegation Podcast. You want to air? What you got for us?
Didn't Ezra Miller? Ezra Miller. Yeah, he did the same shit. He assaulted some people too.
Actually, Ezra Miller did some worse stuff, bro.
No, he did a lot.
Ezra Miller did. Yeah, he assaulted people too. He did the same thing.
Yeah, man. I'm with you on that. How you left? Well, yeah, we with you on that one, bro, about the Ezra Miller situation. But the thing, I guess, one thing to note is that we haven't seen Ezra Miller since that movie. So I don't know what Hollywood plans on doing with Ezra Miller. Like I said, he should be canceled. I mean,
let him take a little break for a while.
You know what I'm saying? But he'll be back, right? They always come back. You know what I mean?
We're gonna be having to watch Jonathan Majors on Tubi. And Netflix probably.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate.
It is fucked up, man. It's real fucked up.
That's my only real thoughts on this, because I knew about this in the background, but it really just reminded me of was that last year with Johnny Depp and his ex-wife?
Yeah.
I was kind of tired of following this type of stuff. I'm like, okay, this feels like a repeat again towards the end of the year.
Shit, lucky for him though. She
self-destructed for all intents and purposes.
True.
Yeah.
It didn't turn out as well for Jonathan Majors.
It's cause he black.
Got
It's cause he black.
charged with
He a black black nigga with some big lips.
Come on.
Every time you go.
All right. So,
for real, man.
So let's check out this video. This covers from this man, this content creator Nate the lawyer. Very good, very detailed breakdown of like the entire situation. Very informed brother. He came from damn near rags and became a lawyer. Took advantage of a lot of the things, a lot of the outreach programs that was presented for Black Americans, and he decided not to sit on his butt and wait for the government to bail him out. He chose to grab life by the horns and did something great with it. So much respect to this man. I want to give him his proper roses before we present his content. So let's check him out.
So now, as you guys know, I don't trust the media, so I went straight to the court's website, and here's Jonathan Major's name, the second one in New York County. That's where he was charged and, as of now, convicted. It's a jury trial. I went there and got exactly what happened. Okay, this is Jonathan Majors. This is what happened. As you can see, here's everything: defense, defendant, court appearance. There's his attorney. It's all here, right? I went to the source. I don't trust the media. I went to the source to see what happened in this case, what he was charged with, and all that. So you're getting the information directly from the court system. This is not opinion. The next thing I did is I went to the court's website and looked up the model jury instructions. This is what the jury had to find him guilty of the charges they found him guilty of and the charges they found him not guilty of. So here you go. Like one of the charges was aggravated harassment. Here it is. I went here, I looked it up, and I just wanted to make sure, okay, what did the jury find him guilty of? So we pulled all four of the charges, the things that he was charged with. For instance, first he was charged with harassment in the second degree, which is not a crime. This is just a violation. It's essentially like a parking ticket. So, you know, some people say he's found guilty on two charges. It's true, but one isn't a crime. It's like essentially harassment in the second degree in New York is like a parking ticket. It's essentially a parking violation. And we'll go over that. The next is he was also charged with aggravated harassment in the second degree. That was another one of the charges that he was found, I believe, not guilty of. Yes, he was found not guilty of aggravated harassment. You also had assault in the third degree, reckless assault, and then you had assault in the third degree, intentional assault. So those are the four charges. And again, here are the jury instructions. So I went through it. Okay, what are the elements? What do you have to do? What did the jury have to find him guilty? And is there any conflict between these charges? So as you can see here, I created a chart, and this chart lays out all the charges that were against Jonathan Majors. First, you see assault in the third degree. And under assault in the third degree, you see actus reus and mens rea. Now, the actus reus is a criminal act. In New York, you have to have a physical injury. So that means you have to cause somebody to be injured physically in some way for you to have an assault in the third degree. And the mens rea, the mental state, is intentional. You had to intentionally have caused that physical injury. So that's where you have assault in the third degree. And right under it, you have harassment in the second degree, where the actus reus is you have to annoy someone and have the physical injury, where the mens rea is, again, intentional. So you had to intentionally both annoy and cause a physical injury. Now, the jury didn't buy that. The jury seems to say that Jonathan Majors didn't intentionally cause this woman's physical injuries. So that's why they found him not guilty on those two counts. Now, let's look at the other side of the chart where Jonathan Majors was found guilty. Now, as you can see, it's still assault in the third degree, but the mental state has changed. It's not intentional, it's reckless. So in this case, he still had to cause a physical injury, but now he had to do it in a reckless manner. Now, what does reckless mean? Well, reckless essentially means is that he created a situation in which someone could be injured and then that person was injured. A quick example of that is, let's say you're at the top of a building and there are people walking on the sidewalk below and you throw a rock off that building. Now that rock falls and hits someone, injuring them. Well, that would be assault. Now, you may not have intended to hit any individual person. You may not have even intended to hit anybody. But the fact that you created a situation where it was likely someone could get injured and they actually did makes it reckless. So that is what they're saying. They're saying that he didn't intend to do it, but he recklessly caused her injuries. Now, in the bottom right-hand corner of the chart, you can see harassment in the second degree, and I put there not crime. And that's because harassment in the second degree is not a crime. It's essentially what's known as a violation. So it's actually not a criminal act. And what harassment is in New York is if you harass or annoy someone intentionally without causing them physical injury, then you're guilty of the violation of harassment. So this is actually not a criminal charge. And being found guilty of harassment in the second degree, he wouldn't even have a criminal record in New York. It's essentially the same as a parking ticket or a parking violation. It's nothing. So this is how the jury came out. He was not guilty on any intentional charges, but he was guilty on both the reckless charge of assault in the third degree and annoying her in a non-criminal manner, intentionally annoying her in a non-criminal manner. So now, in 5 minutes, I've just explained to you exactly what he was charged with, how they work, what's the act, the mens rea, what the jury found, and so you know it all, right?
Okay, so that's it for today as far as Nate the lawyer. I appreciate you, brother, for such a very informative breakdown of what he was convicted of. If you want to watch the rest of this video, it's really easy to find, and he's going to give you like a detailed breakdown of ABC Newsline's breakdown of the case and how they kind of got it wrong and how he corrected it. Chicago Black Delegation Podcast, you're on the air. What you got for us?
I call bullshit. I listened to the whole thing. I call bullshit. I call bullshit on that. That motherfuckers on bullshit.
All right, brother. Thanks for letting us know, back there. Yo, bullshit, man.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
All right.
Get some names for this one.
So yeah. So I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Y'all pretty much fully digested the breakdown. Am I correct? Any questions about that before I ask my burning question?
No.
Okay. We understand that he was the only thing he was guilty of was accidentally hurting her as he was shoving her into the as he was retrieving his cell phone. So it was either that or the part about him shoving her into the car. It's kind of there's kind of two stories that got kind of going on that I've ran into. But for right now, we'll say that she hurt her finger from him retrieving his property from her. Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's what he was trying to get her to like not go to the hospital for.
No. That was the text message. That happened like months ago, and that had nothing to do with this case. This case was everything that you saw in the video footage that happened within that car.
Okay.
So
that's ridiculous.
So that with that all that understood, I'm gonna ask y'all this question: why did Disney fire him?
Because they don't want nothing to do with anything that has to do with controversy.
Nothing to do with controversy.
Yeah, they really on that. They want to be so profitable that they don't want anything to do with controversy. Like and this very controversial person who was on his way to being to the top, they felt they had to cut ties with him. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Any other comment?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I think it's not a good move for Disney, but then again, it's so many white people that like hate Jonathan Majors, so they still gonna support it. I don't think he did nothing wrong. I think he's just a black man is just in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong person. Honestly, man, I hate to say this, but when you black in America, you got to be really, really careful about what you do and how you do it, because everything you do is looked at, highlighted, and it's considered to be a fucking crime.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly. And I was thinking about when he had sat her down, talked to her, telling us he need her to be the Coretta Scott of Michelle Obama. It's like
she's an angel. She's held me down like a Coretta.
And it's like, bro, like what she do again? Was she a model?
She's a dancer. She's a dancer. Choreography.
You ain't gonna get that out of her.
You can't expect her to understand the role of Coretta Scott King or Michelle Obama and her job as a professional dancer in the entertainment industry.
Here's L on that, yeah.
Hell, you can't expect her to understand it. She ain't really been through the struggles like that.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of sisters don't even understand.
This is a clear example of like, man, the power of being white and the power of being a white female.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is complete bullshit. Like, literally, this shouldn't. When the fuck has this type of when has domestic violence ever went to trial?
Domestic violence. Well, something like that. Third degree assault. It's a misdemeanor. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like they don't get that
this
far.
man basically has been publicly embarrassed. He's been humiliated publicly. And I feel like that's a lot what goes on in Hollywood. I feel like there's some stuff that we don't know about that he didn't agree to or didn't do, and this is Hollywood's way of bringing him down. I feel like this is how it goes. When you're a black man, especially being a black woman, you got to walk on a lot of eggshells, and if you don't follow through with the plan, this is what happens.
Yeah.
Now we we still gonna get to see him. You know what I'm saying?
We saw Tubi on.
Tubi and Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Tubi and Netflix. They got somebody gonna
Charity work for his ass, man.
That's right.
They say they finna replace. They talking about replacing him with what's that man? Will Smith.
Oh, okay.
Oh, come on. Well, Will Smith is good. I like Will Smith, man.
He's a good actor.
You think that's a good fit for Kane the Conqueror?
I think it's bullshit because they should have. Man, he had his thing, bro. He had his path carved out for him, and now this happened. It just dumped him overboard. Like, damn. G.
I'm saying, like, what I'm getting at is
modern day
that'd be a real issue if they got Will Smith to play that role when he literally got up on stage and slapped a man in his damn face.
I mean,
right.
That's beyond third degree or
for some
misplaced
aggression at that.
Yeah, that was full intention.
But that violence was towards another black male. See,
that's a different sign.
See,
so
America's already mad about him fucking the little white chick anyway. You know what I'm saying? So now that she say you hit her or something like that, oh no, Negro. We got to make sure you pay for it.
Yeah.
America don't like to see big black niggas fucking little white girls, little white chicks. They don't like that shit. I'm telling you, man, that's for real. So they don't like to see that shit.
So do y'all think Jonathan Majors is a violent person, given the text message, the Coretta Scott King comment, the college students kind of all came together and made those comments about him, gave their testimony on what they felt Jonathan Majors to be with their being close proximity to him.
What they say he was violent? I ain't hear about the college student.
The college student, yeah, they it was like a whole Rolling Stones. I don't know who got all the people together who connect all the interviews, but yeah, apparently there's a lot of people that came together and said, oh yeah, Jonathan Majors, he has a history of this violent nature, and I can't steel man it like completely, but like the general gist of it is a lot of people, right, say that he sometimes was violent. That's exactly what I remember.
He hit somebody?
They said he sometimes get violent, and then that he is a manipulative person.
Well, as we learn anything from history,
I'm sorry, an aggressive person as well. As
we learned anything from history when it deals with black men, it's like same thing they did with R. Kelly when they paid all those women to say that shit, which we don't know if all that stuff was true or not. When them kids got paid to say the shit they said about Michael Jackson, as we know, history shows where people get paid to say things about people that's not true. Now I don't know. To me, I feel like he could be a little violent, but the world sees violence different for black men than we do with other people. If I yell, I'm considered to be violent because I'm already feared.
You're being aggressive, right?
In America, that's right.
Mm.
There's already a fear towards me as a black male already. So when I yell or when I do anything, it's already considered violent. Hey, he might have just been yelling at some people. He might have just been upset. You know what I'm saying? And people take that as being violent. Violence is when I have the intent to hurt you, harm you, kill you, or do anything like that. That's violence. I'm moving in a way where I intend to fuck something up. That yelling and shit and being aggressive towards things, that's not really violent.
Yeah. To provide some little bit extra context as far as I believe it was like like a scouting agency of some sorts. They kind of came along and mentioned something about Jonathan Majors as well. But it turned to find out like other scouting agencies have made similar case against other actors. And what it turned to find out was the only thing the actors did was they raised their voice.
We're making movies right now because of us. Because they believe in us and what we're doing. I'm on the phone with every studio at night. Insurance companies. Producers. And they're looking at us and using us to make their movies. We are creating thousands of jobs. I don't ever want to see it again. Ever. And if you don't do it, you're fired. And I see you do it again, you're gone. And anyone on this crew does it. That's it. And you too. And you too. And you. Don't you ever do it again. That's it. No apologies. You can tell it to the people that are losing their homes because our industry is shut down. It's not going to put food on their table or pay for their college education.
The people that they were working with just messed up. You know what I mean?
Can I say something
It was
too?
just frustration.
I want to say something. I heard that recording of the phone conversation, right?
Yeah.
That's about as calm as a man can handle that situation.
There was nothing wrong with that conversation.
Because if it had been me, because we're like, bitch, you better get your motherfucking ass.
Oh, God damn it.
What the fuck is wrong with you? When I get home, motherfucker.
So you would have had a worse case.
Yeah,
Make your
yeah.
day way worse.
I know for sure they would have
can't
had
do
me.
that, man.
Because I'd have been like, look at here, bitch. You supposed to be motherfucking Coretta Scott King. This man didn't curse. He didn't say shit in that motherfucking recording that was sound bothered. I said, damn, this is a really calm guy.
Yeah,
Because if
man.
that had been me, I done said the bitch word about 10 times.
You can't do that, real.
I mean, we up to 4 now, so
I'm just saying, you know, because it's like, goddamn, like
Yeah, man.
with the way being drunk and moving in a certain
Yeah.
manner, shorty, you gotta get it together.
And that was his house. Like you can't be walking up in a man with that status. You can't be walking in this crib with
Exactly.
strangers drunk.
Exactly. How you carry yourself as a woman is a reflection of me. So if you carry yourself all messed up and shit, hell yeah, I'm gonna say something to it. The problem is that women these days don't want to have no accountability for the shit that they're doing wrong. And this is the example of it. When she couldn't have her way and when she couldn't have shit the way she wanted it, she fucking got this man a case. And the way that conversation went, I was very surprised. I was taking notes like that. I have to learn how to talk like that. He didn't curse. He didn't curse her out. None of that. I said, damn, that's good.
It's like he knew. It's like he knew he was being recorded in a damn argument, which should say a lot about her as a person, to be honest. But that's besides the point.
Right. Yeah, that's it's true. Why are you recording that? I didn't think about that.
I heard she got recording for her safety and shit. He was trying to tell her like all calm and shit. She was just crying and being receptive to it. It wasn't nothing bad on his part, but they were trying to use that as evidence against him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
America
they were trying
don't
to use
America,
that text messages.
America don't like the little white woman crying. Now come on, now let's be for real. America don't like to see the little white woman cry.
Like, so he's trying to speak logically to you, and you're just crying. So like, this galvanizes the nation to get behind you, huh? Like that says so much about this country.
For real.
Yeah, it's true.
So, but yeah, so regarding like the text messages, because a big, okay, well, I do want to ask a question. So when you said that he probably is a violent person, but my thing is,
I'm not saying he's violent. He's probably
he
aggressive.
could be, right? There's a possibility,
Yeah,
is what you said, right?
I mean, yeah.
So what I'm getting at is in the court of law, right? Because if you're in the court and somebody's trying to accuse you of something, there needs to be proof that you're a violent person. The evidence provided was supposed to prove without a shadow of a doubt that he actually did what he's being convicted of, what he's being accused of. So the evidence that was provided was along with that phone conversation, which we can just throw out because that was nonsense, was some text messages that he sent. I don't want to go too far into the text messages. I'm just gonna give my take on it if y'all don't already have your own personal takes already. I would say this: if the text messages were real, we can definitely say that yes, this dude is definitely got some manipulation going on. Yes, he's an abusive person. Like it really was that bad. If you found yourself in a position where you're gaslighting somebody into not going to a hospital, for whatever excuse you can provide, you want to provide, you want to use. No, like let that girl go to the hospital and take your L like a man. You feel me? That's a part of it.
Did he hit her or something? Did she?
And the text messages, it definitely insinuated that he did something that he's very, very regretful of, and he does not want to face prosecution over it because he knows what that looks like if she were to go to the hospital.
And if that was to get public.
Exactly.
I got you.
So that was the avoid. That's what he was trying to avoid there. Granted, it was real. My problem is we're dealing with a woman that records phone conversations, right? And I'm just saying she tried to use that in a court in a case that had nothing to do with that phone conversation. So she's doing her best possible attempt at character assassination, which is completely outside of the case itself. So the text messages, the phone conversation, all of this stuff was already deemed inadmissible in this prosecution, in these accusations. You know, right?
I didn't even think you could use stuff like that in court.
I mean, it was deemed inadmissible, but they let her read it just to, I don't know, just let her get her rocks off. But
wow. Okay.
Look, I'm just saying, you can read it for yourself, Google it. But yeah, they let her read that out. But I would say that it wasn't used to as substantial evidence to prosecute him for either of those
Yeah, it wasn't used as evidence, but it definitely probably persuaded the jury a little bit.
Yeah, the character assassination. Yeah, you have something to say, Charles?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand. I haven't read the text messages. Based on what we just watched, it seemed like there was nothing really that wrong. Harassment of basically a parking ticket in New York. So he didn't do anything that would qualify as assault. The most damning thing is apparently these text messages is supposed to be a separate case in and of itself, right? That's how this is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if that could judge whether he's violent or not. I don't know Jonathan Majors. I have not sat here and done internet warrior research on him to find out every nook and cranny of his life. If he was not found guilty for the initial crime, that needs to be handled. That's what this whole trial was about. Whether he did lay hands on her in some other thing, which the Texas may or may not allude to, that needs to be handled separately. That is a whole different charge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
If he did do it, yeah, okay, well, get charged. Or if he didn't do it, we need to address that. He is not a violent person in this light. And to answer your earlier question about Disney, I don't know. I'm a business, I guess. I believe there's such thing as bad press. I'm not going to deal with it, honestly. Even if you didn't do it, it's like, I would have to sit here and wait till somebody prove you didn't, while this is probably going to get dragged out for months, just like the Johnny Depp and I keep forgetting her name. Whatever's ex-wife.
Amber Turd, I mean.
Yes, Amber Heard.
Turd. Go ahead.
That thing lasted for what, like 5 months?
Yeah.
As a company, I'm not going to sit here and possibly wait for 5 months for whatever this is to chill out. I'm just going to distance myself from it. Is that harsh? Yeah, it is harsh. Is that business? Yes, that's business. Your first priority is to protect your business. Disney is not a nice company. I'm not going to say act like they are. They do a lot of underhanded nonsense. Yeah. But end of the day, anybody here who runs a business, you're going to protect your business.
Yeah. Like,
that's just rule number one of business. After all this other nonsense, it just seems like it's just being blown out of proportion now.
For sure.
I don't know. I don't see. I'm trying to see how, maybe I'm missing it, but I don't see how that affects them. This case, I don't see how this case affects Disney.
Oh,
because they're associated.
Because everybody, pretty much everybody I know actually loves Jonathan Majors. They love him as as the character. So I'm trying to see how that really hurts Disney. I don't know. It would be better if I seen an example of a white person who's going through this, and then Disney dropped them. Maybe I'll feel a little bit better about it.
Technically, you got Johnny Depp. I think
did they drop him from anything? Was he doing?
Yeah, no, he got dropped too. Them? Yeah, immediately.
Well,
and that was is he white? I don't know. I thought he might have been Native American. I don't know.
Well, he's white enough.
Let's assume. Okay, for sake of argument, he was white with a white woman.
Well,
he was ultimately proven innocent, but that still took he actually got a lot of deals that was taken off, not just Disney. There was a
Yeah,
couple
I heard.
things.
Yeah,
We can just say Robert Downey Jr. too. So
yeah, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, from that perspective, I guess Disney have to do what they feel they have to do. You know what I'm saying?
I just wish they applied some empathy and actually understood there's nuance to a guilty verdict.
Yeah,
So
it's awful.
There is. But at the end of the day, whether the courts find you innocent or not, that is not Disney's problem. It's the people paying them, the general audiences. I could have been accused of murder and somebody told, like, no, here's all the proof. If most of America is always like, nah, that sounds like bullshit, or here's this whatever footage that would prove that, that's enough. That is bad publicity. My name is now drugged through the mud. No matter how innocent I truly am, if you, as a general audience, don't believe it, it don't matter. It don't matter how right you are in the situation.
Well, yeah, they probably under a lot of hot water too for all that pedophile shit they got going on.
Yeah.
too. So
that's Epstein.
They need to try to keep a squeaky
Yeah,
clean
for sure.
Disney got
image.
so much going on.
Yeah, they with the subliminal messages they putting in the cartoons. And stuff, so
We definitely gonna cover that.
understand.
We definitely gonna cover that. But yeah, so just kind of like wrap this up. For the most part, I mean, just to kind of touch on the college, because I know people in the comment section are gonna say something about the what about the college students that came up and he did their hit piece. It's like I said, y'all. I'm tired of black men and black women being prosecuted of things that some people just said. I remember a time when a boy whistled at a woman and he got drugged through the mud, buried, beat up, thrown in a water, you name it. You know
So
what I'm
they
saying?
say.
I'm tired of people metaphorically Emmett Tilling black men over and over and over and over again. And you can say what you want about Disney, not it's not being Disney prime about the nuance of the situation, all that stuff. That's his livelihood we talking about here, and that livelihood would have directly reflected Black Americans across the nation. You know what I'm saying? And when he said in that text, I mean not the text message, but on that phone conversation, he said, "I'm a great man and I'm doing great things." And you know what? I actually believe him, right? So my thing is, again, I'm sick of black men being prosecuted or when only thing that's necessary for things to be set out straight and fair and just is just to have an open ear and have an honest conversation. But for some reason, black men are just not. We're not worthy of nuance. We're not worthy of empathy, and I'm sick of that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So. Anybody got any closing statements?
No, that's very true. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like I said,
law's messed up.
like I said, that's why the suicide rate for men is growing every day.
Absolutely. Chicago Black Delegation Podcast. What you got?
Hell yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. You
Thanks,
motherfuckers
man.
stop.
I appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah,
we
finna
finna close out, my guy. Hey, appreciate you calling, man. Showing us love, man. We really need this. You know what I'm saying? These soulful comments from you, bro. All right.
I don't know what your fan base is going to be originally called, but he needs to be number one at this point.
he definitely number one.
Man, tell him to keep calling, man.
He definitely number one,
man.
but
his name and shit.